In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 winning ad styles for clothing brands in 2026. I've run hundreds of clothing brand ads, probably thousands of clothing brand ads during my time, and I've seen a certain amount of creatives that consistently convert and get results. In this video, we're going to be talking about those. I'm not going to sell you anything inside of this video. If you do want me to run your ads or to work with you personally, you can apply for that link down in the description, but let's jump straight into it. This is going to be talking about high converting ad styles, how you can make sure when you run a video or a picture, it actually gets sales and not just website visitors or people to check out, but how to actually get in front of the right customer the right way. So first and foremost is what I like to call text ads. Okay. So this basically just states new deals or collections that just came out. I'm going to be showing you some examples here in a second. Every ad style is going to have its own example, but this states and talks about new collections that just came out. The good thing about text ads is you'll understand that when you're running an ad, the hardest thing to do is stand out from the actual For You page. I like to call this purchase intent. Okay. So when you're running ads on Instagram or when you're running ads on Facebook, people are scrolling all day looking at dopamine. It's really hard for them to break that mindset. You have to really be in front of their face so they know it's an actual ad that they're looking at. Text ads is really good at that. It's not like easily misinterpreted as some funny TikTok that just blends into their For You page that they'll scroll away. They look at it and they know you're actually selling something. And it can also build urgency, again, if you're doing it on a seasonal deal. So let's look at a couple examples. Like imagine this, you see this on your For You page, right? You're not gonna assume this is some sort of random person posting this organically. You're going to know that this company right now is trying to sell me something. And if you like the thing that they're selling you, you're most likely going to be interested, click through and know. The worst thing that I've seen, and most of the times we're going to be talking about in these videos, the ads that have low purchase intent when they don't know that it's an actual ad, and it happens all the time, are the ones that typically convert the least. Okay. So you see here, really simple, new patterns. They talk about, whatever it is, or you can do like an actual, bundle deal. They say like here, 6 styles for $98 a month, and they put the brand logo. You don't have to overcomplicate this. This can be a regular picture of your product or a model photo, and then you put some text under it, right? It could be 10% off or, new drop, new seasonal drop. And again, you kind of have that text on there that gives them that context. Okay. Benefits again, it is an actual ad and they are very high performing. Now let's go to number 2. So the second winning ad style is super huge if you're trying to promote a product that is a little bit more basic or potentially a little bit more stubborn to convert. I call these review ads. And I'm going to explain what I mean by a little bit more basic, but this talks about the hidden benefits of buying your product that other ad styles are not going to cover. So this is going to talk about like the GSM or the feel or maybe the potential reason or purpose or mission behind the brand. Again, some things that normal ad styles wouldn't cover. Okay. So let me go into an example of what this would look like for you. So we have the hoodie comfort here, right? So again, super basic hoodie right here. Nothing really marketable about it. It's just a basic hoodie. But the way that they market the product is because it's a little bit more heavyweight. So it helps with like anxiety, depression, things like these, right? Like things you wouldn't be able to show on a regular ad unless you had someone sitting there talking and giving a review about it, right? Which is why we called it a review ad. So let me play one.
This is the first multi-purpose loungewear set that I've ever owned, and it's by that brand Comfort Clothing. I loved it so much I got it in another color. This is the stunning powder blue color. I love the waistband on the pants, plus it has pocket. It fits so perfectly on your waist, but it does have straps in case you want to tie it up. And the reason I say multi-purpose is because I paired it with a white tank because I could...
So you see, they're already going into things that you wouldn't be able to find in a regular ad. Talks about the pockets, talks about the fitting of the waist, talks about like the drawstrings and like little small details that normally you wouldn't be able to cover. So if you're ever running a product that is a little bit more basic, or maybe it has some potential hidden benefits, maybe you're a mental health brand or whatever, you give a certain amount of money back to, a charity, right? Things that you normally wouldn't be able to cover that are really going to help you when it comes to marketing, review ads are going to cover. Again, top benefits. You can talk about hidden benefits that normally wouldn't be covered. It's a very purchase intent ad like we were talking about before. No one's going to look at these ads and skip over it. They're entertaining and they're high performing. Okay. Would highly recommend trying review ads. So the third one, these are on body ads. Everyone's super familiar with these, but I want to talk about the little small things that you need to make sure you're doing when you're doing your on body or model photos. This is where you're basically getting creative and you're putting your model in just different environments, and it's an on model shot. So I'll show you an example of this. And like, for instance, this is an example right here. Right. So let me mute it. You can see it's on model shot. You can see what it looks like on a person. You can see how it fits. Typically there's no talking or words. There's like some sort of music, or they keep it quiet. And here's another good example. You can do really good cuts. You can add in text as well to make it a little bit more purchase intent, but you can see here on body shots. Now, the huge thing when you're doing these on body model photos is they have to have really good lighting, and they have to be very professional. Okay. Most people will do this wrong, to have shaky cameras or really shadowy content. You can see here, very professional, studio light quality. Even some AIs are really good at doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is AI. I'm actually not sure if it is or not. I'm pretty sure it is though. But again, you can see on-body ads, very, very, very important. We're going to talk about the fourth one, but one thing I'll say about this one, sometimes they can get scrolled past, but they can be, engaging. It allows you to get a lot more creative, and the customer imagine themselves in the fit and how it's going to fit for them. Okay. So bringing us on to number 4 here, new age flat lays. These by far, if I were to stop, I like to say are one of the highest performing ads that are the simplest to take. Is lay out the shirt, take a picture of it. And the reason why it's so high performing is, like I said earlier, the secret when it comes to launching creatives that are high performing is product focused, right? So these are the easiest to make, but can most times be the top performing, right? And it's super eye-catching, and it's super well scroll stopping. You can make these in videos. You can do them with easy pictures. I'll give you a couple examples of what these can and could look like. So you can see here, super simple, just a regular flat lay, shows the clothes, super scroll stopping. They don't see anything else that distracts them. A lot of people get too overly carried away when they're doing their creatives. They forget that less is more, and these tend to convert really, really high. Okay. Now, the last but not least is a spin-off from those model or on-body ads, and I like to call these lifestyle ads. So it's basically doing a regular model shot, but you want to put the actual model in an environment that fits whatever the clothes are about. So for instance, if you're selling a tuxedo, put them in a wedding or some sort of library or whatever a guy who wears a tuxedo is. Or if they're wearing outdoor clothes, maybe they're in an outdoor environment. If they're wearing sporting gear, maybe they're on a football field. And it attracts, and it's easy for Facebook to pick up these context clues and start showing it to the right people, but it also fits the scene. And those kind of people are going to be looking at those ads. So it flows into their kind of content already. And it's just super native and as well, super high performing. I can give you a great example of what this will look like. So you can see here, lifestyle ad. He has a tuxedo on. He's in an office. Someone who is buying office, ready wear is looking at this, seeing the office. And again, it just puts the customer in that mindset. This is really good at matching the purpose and mission of your actual brand, and it's really good with branding. Again, customer imagines themselves in the fit, looks super native in the platform, and it is very high performing. Okay. Those are the 5 winning ad styles that I have. Try one of those 5 out or all 5 of them out for your brand. I guarantee one of these potentially could be the one that helps you scale up to the next level. If you want some help with running your ads, or you want us to look at your clothing brand or help you scale, you can apply to see if we'll work with you. Link down into the description. But that's all I got for you guys for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.